Let me just play it on the talk to me.
Did you ever borrow chords like you did to that bar top from like Joni?
Huh?
Did you ever borrow chords like you did with the bar top from Joni? Did you?
Oh, sure. Well, not really. I don't use any of the tunings, but I learned some of her music.
It's almost 3:30, so maybe you might want to take one last question.
So let's take a few more.
I'm also not real familiar with music, but I have heard that you do a lot of pop things in concert, and I know I've seen you on New Visions doing all along the Watchtower. I was wondering, when you go about doing music like that, do you just listen to it and compose around it the way you hear it, or do you actually kind of fall in the waves that people have done?
Both. Yeah, I just do my version of it. which of course I listen to a lot to figure out, you know, like I listen to Bob Dylan's version of that song. By the way, that's a horrible version of that. Extra anal retention that day. I've never been on a show like that before. But we had a good time. Was that the one when Leo and I were on?
I don't know. It was like a year in review kind of show. The name of that segment.
But yeah, I usually try to add something that wasn't in there before, but I try to emulate the spirit of. I really like the way Bob Dylan did it, but of course everybody knows Hendrix, so I try to do that and then add some of my own stuff. Anything about that particular tune that anyone would like to ask about?
Who was the tune?
Same one as Ragamuffin, but with the C sharp instead. Bum 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 bum.
With your last album, you did a lot more with instrumentation, and I was wondering if that piece is going to be.
Yes, thank you very much. Of course it is. It needs it. Here's what I really like about this. It's like a triplet. I just love that. It reminds me of Irish music or something. Okay, here's a case of development here. Ba-dee-dee, boom, 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 boom. Okay. Okay, here's that flip-off thing. The triplets. I got it yet. Tick-a-dum, dum, tick-a-dum. So the first time is just. Yeah, I'll add some kind of big old bass drum and organs and tubular bells.
So even with all this new instrumentation, all your compositions is still exclusively based or founded on the guitar?
It's just growing. The guitar is like sprouting out. Now, one thing that I wanted to say, was that when you start slapping around and really playing hard like this, and this is in any music, when you start really putting your guts into it, which I feel like I've only recently started to do, you're going to get really tight. So I would say any guitar player should have a relaxation program going on, whatever you do. Now, with your hands, it's going to be one thing, but then when you get out and start playing in public, it's going to be a whole other thing because you've got the whole social issue to deal with. And with me, it's my neck and my shoulders. For years, I was playing like this. And just recently have I